evening. Could I have your attention for just a moment? I'd like to welcome you to the nurses' pinning ceremony, and just to remind you a few things of etiquette so that everybody can be recognized and enjoy this moment. So if everyone would hold their applause until the very end, and please turn off any cell phones, electronic devices, or at least put them on silent. We appreciate you being here, and please, we want to celebrate this and we want everybody to enjoy. You're welcome to take as many photographs as you like from your seat, but please do not get into the aisles. Do not stand for an extended period of time because that will block somebody behind you. We have professional photographers that will have plenty of pictures for you later, but please keep your pictures from your seat. Thank you.
Good evening. Would everyone please rise for the invocation? On behalf of all here and all the faiths present, we celebrate the hard work and dedication of these brand new nursing graduates as they begin their careers in the service of their fellows. We are thankful for all that has been given us, and we ask these graduates be given strength as they give their all to others. Amen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Paul Jaber, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Nash Community College. Honored graduates, faculty, staff, families, and friends, as Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Nash Community College, I am pleased to bring you greetings from the board and to welcome you to a time-honored tradition, the pinning ceremony. Every nurse in their course of duties proudly display the pin earned, not given, from hard work in the classroom and walking the clinical floor. The Board of Trustees is comprised of the men and women who are appointed in charge with the responsibility of setting educational policy with a focus provided by the mission that benefits the students enrolled in our programs. This tradition, from student to practitioner, is a major responsibility for many of our graduates, nurses. You will be part of the healthcare workforce that will serve us well into the next century, representing Nash Community College. Of all the programs we offer, there is none more important than our nursing program. The students we honor this evening will serve us in the hospital, clinics, physicians' offices, home health care, nursing homes, and industrial settings. Our nursing graduates are truly dedicated to the healing process and deserving of the recognition giving them this evening. As board chair, I am confident that the faculty has provided the adequate resources and quality instruction to guarantee their competency. Excuse me, I can't read. Speaking for the entire board, I offer my heartiest congratulations for their achievement and wish you all the best as you begin the journey in this worthy profession. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Tawana Lawson, Director of Nursing Programs here at Nash Community College. To our graduates, congratulations. To say that I am proud of you is an understatement. I think back to your first semester in the program and look at where you are now. One word, wow. The amount of growth, the amount of obstacles that you've overcome leaves me in amazement. I look forward to following you in your careers and seeing your continued growth. At this time, I would like to introduce the nursing faculty here at Nash Community College. But first, I want to take just a moment to remember a faculty member that we lost on last year, Professor Cheryl Trace. She was a wonderful nurse and an even better faculty member who made a positive impact on many lives, including many of yours. She will truly never be forgotten, and her legacy will live on for years to come. Nursing faculty, please stand as I call your name. Courtney Barber, Christina Bullock, Christy Kopic, Felicia Jenkins, Melissa Jones, Misty Phillips, Frances Pope, Susan Taylor, Tina Trace, Miranda Yelverton. Thank you, faculty, for all that you do.
Good evening, honored graduates, faculty, staff, families, and friends. I'm Bill Carver, President of Nash Community College, and I'm pleased to bring you greetings from the Board of Trustees and welcome you to this pinning ceremony. The Board of Trustees is comprised of the men and women who are appointed and charged with the responsibility of setting educational policy. I would like to recognize our trustees tonight. If you don't mind, hold your applause until I'm through introducing them. You've heard from Mr. Paul Jaber, who's our chairman. Mr. Jaber, if you could stand. Mr. C.E. Sonny Foster, Vice Chairman. Mr. Sam Dickens, Ms. Catherine Fisher, Keith Harris, Mr. Bill Marshman, Mr. Jim Martin, Mr. Wayne Outlaw, Mr. Russell Proctor, and Ms. Mary Wells. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in a round of applause for the people that... Without our governing body, Nash Community College would not be here. The nursing ceremony is always very moving and symbolic. We see the symbols before us here, the lamps. I'm proud that Nash Community College keeps this tradition alive. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the faculty that make this happen. Congratulations to you on your pinning, the title nurse. You have earned it. As Mr. Jaber said, you've earned it. It was not given to you. It's hard, I know, and stressful. I've been seeing nursing classes for a long time, but tonight we see smiles, so that's great. Certainly we're not going to forget Cheryl. I go by the garden from time to time, and she was a special person, and that's what these ribbons symbolize tonight. So we're proud of that, and we're proud of you in having that legacy with her. Our speaker this evening is Dr. Crystal Hayden, Chief Nursing Officer at Nash Healthcare Systems. She is, I guess, the boss nurse. Dr. Hayden has worked in healthcare for more than 26 years in a variety of staff and leadership positions. Prior to her role at Nash UNC Healthcare, Dr. Hayden served as Senior Vice President and Chief Nursing Officer at Onslow Memorial Hospital and as adjunct faculty member at Duke University. She has clinical experience in orthopedics, clinical care, emergency medicine, and served as a full-time faculty member at Coastal Carolina Community College from 1999 to 2005. Dr. Hayden graduated summa cum laude, can't get any better than that, from Hawaii Lowell College with her Bachelor in Science in Nursing in 1992, and then attended Duke University for the remainder of her post-secondary education. Dr. Hayden earned a Master's of Science degree in nursing, a postmaster's certificate in leadership, a doctorate in nursing practice in 2013. In 2008, she was named one of 100 great nurses, something to aspire to class, in North Carolina. She was published in the Journal of Emergency Medicine in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a true partner to Nash Community College in many ways. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to ask her to come to the podium, if you don't mind. Let's give her a round of applause.
Wow, that sounded pretty good. Good evening and congratulations. What a wonderful accomplishment you are celebrating this evening. And it is also fitting that we have celebrated National Nurses Day this week on Sunday, May the 6th. And this National Nurses Day raises the awareness of society for the important roles that nurses play in the care of our citizens. Nurses Day also marks the beginning of National Nurses Week, which we're in the midst of, and will continue until Saturday, May the 12th. Whose birthday is that? Florence Nightingale. What a fitting end to the end of Nurses Week. As you sit next to your peers, surrounded by your friends, your family, and your faculty, recognize that this night and this moment are worthy of celebration. You are celebrating the end of long nights and stressful clinical days and care plans. Can I get a woohoo? You still have to do them in the hospital, but they're a little easier. We've got the computer and the answers are all right there. Tonight marks the beginning of your career, your professional life, and very importantly, the beginning of who you will be as a nurse. Not just clinically, but morally, ethically, compassionately. Who are you going to be? Clinically, you will undoubtedly go in many different directions. Some of you will be critical care nurses, operating room nurses, school nurses. Many of you will grow into nurse leaders, nurse managers, nurse educators. Even with those various titles, though, there is a common thread. Do you notice what it is? That common thread is that each of you will bear the title of nurse. Each of you will be a nurse. So tonight then is also the beginning of how you will define yourself as a nurse. As you transition from a student nurse to a professional nurse, it is completely up to you what that journey looks like and what your definition will be. As you think about this definition and what you want it to be, realize that the decisions you make every single day will be the substance of your personal definition. And so they will require very specific attention and care. There are 3 things I'd like you to consider as you begin to frame what your personal definition of being a nurse is going to look like. Number 1, patients are more than tasks and procedures. During school, the focus is very appropriately on learning procedures, whether it's starting IVs or inserting catheters or changing a dressing. You have each tackled these procedures with the energy and excitement of mastering a new skill. Don't lose sight, though, of the very patient who is in front of you in favor of the skill that you need to perform. Don't lose sight of the patient in favor of the skill. What will certainly become routine for you, it may not be routine now, but starting IVs and inserting catheters, all of those really neat, exciting things are going to become routine for you. They won't be routine for your patients. They will be scary. They will elicit anxiety and fear. And you need to use your compassion to recognize that. Respond to their needs. Explain what you're doing. Educate them. Slow down. Make sure they understand what you are doing and what is happening to them. They are more than a procedure. They are more than a skill. Number 2, know your patient's story. What brings them to intersect with you at a particular place and at a particular time? Every patient has a story. When you know their story, it gives you a little glimpse into their life. Knowing a story should never equal judgment, but should always equal awareness and understanding. Their story gives you a personal place to connect with them and understand what is important to them. Respect where they are and where they've been. Respect where they currently are. Endeavor to maintain their dignity. And know that when you know their story, it gives you a perspective and an appreciation for how very small the time is that you're spending with them, but what an important impact you have on their life. Number 3, honor the privilege it is to care for a patient. Nurses are with their patients at their most vulnerable and their most fragile. You will walk through journeys with your patients as they go through their highest highs and their lowest lows. You will hold their hand as they bring life into this world, and you will hold their hand as they take their last breath. It's important that you care about them, not just for them. Collaborate with them, give them authority, give them power, allow them to make decisions. This place of honor and privilege is where the science of medicine and the art of nursing come together. And it is our immeasurable honor as nurses to be the face and the presence of that intersection. So let's visit a particular patient. In 2017, this young lady could have been your patient. What might you notice about her? I know she might be a little bit difficult to see. You might notice a bit of a gnarled hand and make the assessment that she might have arthritis. You might notice the crumpled Kleenex, the glasses, the no-fuss hairdo, a flat expression perhaps. You might be thinking, what level of help is she going to need from me today? Is she going to be a total care? Is she going to be a partial assist? What am I going to be doing for this patient today? You notice physical limitations. I'll tell you she has Parkinson's. And later in 2017, computers are wonderful. So, later in 2017, you might notice that she's in a facility. She's using a wheelchair. She certainly has a bib on. She needs help eating. You can infer from that. If she needs helping with eating, she probably also needs help with her activities of daily living and her ADLs. You might also notice a bit of a vacant stare, and what you can't see is that she has some confusion and she has Lewy Bode's dementia. You might wonder at the start of your shift, is she going to be cooperative? Is she going to be difficult to care for? How much work is she going to be for you? But if you had cared for her in 2015, the patient you saw would have been different. You can tell that she looks healthier, she's smiling, and she's very expressive. Go ahead and advance. You can tell that she's at home. She has somebody with her that loves her, and you might notice, or you might assess, she needs a little bit of help. But what you can clearly see is that there is a change between 2015 and 2017. Go ahead. But if you had seen her in 1960, she was a high school graduate. She was ready for life's adventures. She was about to marry the love of her life. And she was much different than the patient you saw in 2018, isn't she? So who is this person, this patient that we're caring for? She's a daughter, a sister, a wife. She's been married to her husband for 57 years. She's a mother. She's my mother. She's a grandmother, not only to my 3 kids, but to also 11 grandkids and 8 great-grandkids. She's a respiratory therapist, which was a second career for her, and she loved her patients, and she loved working in the hospital and taking care of them. She was a commercial fisherman. Go ahead. She was the 3rd woman in Alaska to receive a commercial fishing license. She made a killer cheesecake. She loved to travel, and she was a loyal church member. And she passed away March 11th. So, if she was your patient, how would you care for her? Would you take the time to know her story? Would you take the time to know that that patient you take care of in 2018 was a commercial fisherwoman, was a high school graduate with her whole life in front of her? Would you be able to honor what it is that brings her to intersect with you at a particular time and a particular place? Who will you be as a nurse? What type of care will you deliver? And what will define you? Tonight is the beginning of that definition, and it is completely up to you what that definition looks like. But remember, your definition will be made up of those everyday decisions, and they will be a compilation of limitless days, countless patients, and the impact you have on their lives. The setting where you practice will not matter. Honoring the privilege of being a patient's nurse is what matters. Welcome to the hardest, most rewarding, most exhausting, most blessed career that is out there. And to quote one of my favorite authors, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Hayden. Wow. Well, good evening. My name is Trent Morbott. I'm the Vice President for Instruction. It is my honor to call the nurses forward for their pinning ceremony this evening. While we do that, we'd ask that we hold our applause until all nurses have an opportunity to make their way across the stage. Mariel Barna. Sharita Barnhill. Brittany Lane Beddingfield. Umbria Ann Bell. Nicole Strickland Boone. Amber Cleaton. Ashley Chanel Cooper. Megan Lynn Council. Takia Kusar. Carlos D. Cruz. Holly Ches Green. Sharon S. Evans-Gay. Patsy Marie Fincher. Taylor Mackenzie Fuller. Heather James. Dana Jernigan. Camila S. Jones. Brandy Joyner. Pamela Keel. Dana Casola. John Lane. Ashley Gray Lehman. Cynthia Nazareth Lamelli Juarez. Sabrina Lopez. Victoria Marquetta. Nate Marshall. Lubna Mumad. Katrina Pegram. Brittany Marceline Pendergrass. Brittany Pierce. Christy Register. Donna Richardson. Jennifer Robbins. Wendy Christina Rosas. Heather Simonia. Jennifer L. Swartz. Allison Sheeran. Curtis Joshua Smith. Erin Nicole Strickland. Morgan Strickland. Candace Brianne Summerlin. Heather Taylor. Latarsha Taylor. Carolina Tedder. Jason Williams. Amanda Wolf. Y'all want to go ahead and get it out of your system now?
Let's give it a little bit more for this brand new class of nurses. If you'll please join me in the benediction. As we go forth from this place, we ask that these new nurses be supported and guided as they begin their careers, as well as throughout the rest of their lives of service. We ask that they be given strength as they help others, and let the good they do echo throughout this world and into the next. Amen.